They say humanity has explored every corner of our skies. But what if something far more advanced is already here, watching us? From shocking UFO sightings appearing in the most remote places on Earth to leaked government footage revealing chilling evidence of alien technology. Here is 1 hour most unexplained UFOs and space anomalies caught on camera. Picture the quiet hum of machinery inside a control room, screens glowing with footage from the space shuttle far above Earth. Nothing seems unusual until two faint objects drift across the black expanse, gliding near the shuttle's edge. They move in slow, perfect symmetry, untouched by gravity.
You guys getting the image?
Copy that.
797 here, you listen on your rate.
Lots clear. 7, go ahead.
I'll tell you at 10 o'clock high.
This is Houston. Say again, 7.
Technicians once called them reflections, particles of debris caught in orbit. Yet no known fragment behaves quite so deliberately. The orbs shift apart, maintaining their path as the camera continues its silent record. The transmission ends without conclusion or comment.
10 o'clock high.
We have an unidentified flying object.
All the time, it appears to be tumbling. It just seems to be tagging along with us.
In the years since, many still replay those frames, wondering what truly moved. What if one calm evening, the air above your street brightened, slow and sure, as though night itself began to breathe. Windows opened, heads leaned out, and for a moment it felt like time had paused just to listen. Then came the light.
That ain't no street light, bro. That's a UFO. This street light right here. This the street light.
It forms a sphere above the rooftops, bright edges circling in slow sequence, a beam stretching downward to touch the pavement. The air shimmers beneath it, colors bending and fading like distant heat. The object remains steady, unblinking, unbroken.
That ain't no street light. That's the street light. I mean, that's the light beaming down on me.
Hey, no, it ain't.
Uncle Fred, this a street light right here.
That's street light. Hey, listen, baby, because I said the same thing last time I came.
Some believe it never left, only thinned until eyes adjusted, and the world moved on without noticing anymore. From the first frame, focus holds steady on the open sky. Nothing seems out of place until movement cuts through the blue. No cloud, no bird. A glint flashes, too defined, too measured. The camera doesn't wander, it stays locked forward.
It must be about 3,000 feet up now, I'd say. Wow, look at that. Nobody's gonna believe us except I got it on film, huh? I keep losing it there.
The object drifts near a jet, both crossing paths in clean silence. Metallic edges turn sunlight into brief bursts. No noise, no signal. Only motion that seems planned, an arc traced with care. Every frame remains steady through its passing.
There it is. There goes a jet right by it. Well, a little higher. There's a jet, and there's the saucer.
Later, analysts review and argue. Jet reflection, satellite glare. No one confirms or denies. The image persists, cold, distant, unexplained. Night settles over the city, quiet and bright with scattered streetlights. Traffic hums below, unaware of what waits above. The first flashes appear, faint and pulsing, like signals too distant to place. Eyes tilt upward. Something enormous glides across the dark. Its rim burns with perfect symmetry, light spilling across windows and rooftops. Phones rise, voices hush. The object holds position, silent and vast, rotating with an unnatural grace. A moment stretches, as if time hesitates to move. No one looks away. When it fades, nothing breaks the air. No wind, no sound. Only recordings remain, proving that something happened. Over the rolling hills of Scotland, clouds drift slowly and pale against the morning sky. Birds scatter briefly, their flight uneven. Then a flash of silver cuts through the calm. It moves with purpose. No sound, no trail. All eyes follow. The form is long, smooth, and steady, like a blade drawn through the clouds. Phones rise, voices murmur, but the object never falters. It crosses the horizon in silence, sunlight flickering along its side. No wings seen, no signal heard. When it vanishes, the watchers stay fixed in place. Wind returns, light shifts, and yet something above feels changed. Over Copenhagen's airport, night settles like smoke across the runways. Planes idle, lights blinking against a low mist. Then someone looks up and silence deepens. A vast object moves through the sky, edges faint, form uncertain, shape beyond clear sight.
Kommer nærme.
Phones lift, cameras tremble, screens catch the dark mass adrift above the terminal. It glides slow, no sound, no flicker of engines, only steady motion against the clouds. The lights along its edge pulse like breath, cold and deliberate.
Kommer nærme.
Later, captions appear. Is this the UAP that shut down the airport? No one claims to know. The night holds the answer. Across the distance, a faint shimmer trembles above the horizon. It flickers once, then again, each pulse drawing quiet attention. The air feels still, the kind of stillness before something begins to unfold. No sound, just a dim glow waiting. Then it brightens. A beam of light leaps from the horizon, blinking with deliberate rhythm. It bends, fades, returns, moving like it knows it's being watched. Each flash carves through the dark, painting the clouds in brief silver. The sky answers with a pale glow. Some called it coincidence, others a sign. Whatever it was, that light refused to fade. Somewhere above the rooftops, a strange shimmer moves through the night. Its light catches in reflections, bouncing faintly off windows and quiet streets. No one knows where it came from, only that it isn't still. The air hums, uneasy, waiting. Then it lowers above the village, slow, deliberate. Small lights trace its edges while a red flash beats at its center. The sound that follows is muffled, rhythmic, almost mechanical. People point, unsure if it's real or a reflection. The shape keeps on. Many would later ask the same thing. Who guides something like that? No one answered, but the light stayed longer, Far above the ocean, something faint flickers against the Italian night. It wavers, holds, then fades, leaving a trace where the dark should be. The sky feels alive, whispering color where none belongs. Every few seconds, the shimmer returns, brighter. Slowly, the source becomes clear. A shape suspended, its surface painted in moving lights. The glow darkens, then bursts back into color, cycling through the sky in silence. No trail, no flame, just motion wrapped in light. Phones rise to capture it. Whatever hovered there left more questions than answers. And long after it vanished, the sky still seemed to breathe. At first it looks like any quiet night. The sea is calm, the air thick with salt, and the moon glows gently above the horizon. Its reflection stretches wide across the water, bright and still. Nothing seems unusual. People watch in silence.
What is this, guys? It's coming this way, bro.
Then something changes. The light trembles, lifts, and drifts upward from the sea. Gasps follow as the glowing sphere climbs higher, slipping into the clouds until it vanishes completely.
It's gone.
Only after the sky darkens again do they realize the moon is still missing. What they saw wasn't lunar at all, just light leaving, quiet, without trace or sound. Morning light breaks over Toronto, brushing glass towers and quiet streets. The city hums to life, unaware of the small crowd gathering near the waterfront. Phones lift, cameras fix upward. Something hangs above the skyline, motionless for a moment. Then it moves, not fast, not slow, just steady. An oscillation that defies the breeze. The shape shifts in light, dark edges fading into pale sky. Reflections ripple across nearby windows, uncertain and unreal. Later, as morning traffic returns, only questions remain. No sound, no trail, no proof. Just those who swear it was there, hanging high above the city. At first, it feels like any other night. Quiet, uneventful, the kind that settles without warning. Then a tremor of light flickers above the horizon. The lens captures a glint too steady to be random, too bold to be ignored. The glow strengthens, shifting its edges like something alive. Lines stretch outward, then fold back in, reshaping without sound. It blinks once, hard, splitting in two bursts of light that hover in quiet defiance of gravity. Witnesses later speak softly, uncertain if what they saw was real. The footage remains, the night unchanged, the questions intact, still circling above. They say the sky hides more than stars if you wait long enough. A faint shimmer floats above the horizon, not plane or cloud, but something balanced between both. The night feels patient, like it knows what comes next already.
Yo, son, it's colorful. They're coming to get me up. This is the second time I've seen something like this. I swear to God it is.
A saucer with green lights hovers high and steady, silent against the dark. Beneath it, a dim blur drifts upward, drawn into its glow. Light bends around the air, folding form into haze. Then nothing, only calm.
Where it is, that's them. Look how they moving around and shit, they talking to us. I swear to God. We coming, yo, look at that shit.
Later, those who watched said the air felt thinner, as though breath itself had paused for a moment and moved on quietly. Over Campo Grande, the air carried a strange quiet, one that didn't match the hour or the rhythm of traffic below. Something faint lingered above the skyline, like a question no one dared to answer. The cameras turned upward together. Floating there were two objects, one resting atop the other. The upper form rounded into a sphere, its glow thin and cold, while the lower mass held steady beneath. The gap between them shimmered, soft and rhythmic. Later, witnesses said it stayed motionless, suspended too long to be wind, vanishing only when clouds rolled through and night swallowed detail. Behind the trees, something lingers in the open air, low enough to draw a hush from the few who notice. The light seeps through the gaps between the leaves, faint pulses tracing the edges of branches. Nothing else moves yet.
Oh my God, Peter!
Then from the shadowed cover, an object takes form, its frame marked by scattered points of light. It hovers for a breath, trembling slightly, as if deciding between staying hidden or leaving. The air feels charged beneath it.
You can hear it, isn't it?
Moments later, it tilts forward, slides beyond the trees, and vanishes without sound, leaving the forest dim again, as though nothing happened. At first, it appears only as a pale flicker cutting across the sky, small and quick, almost lost against the clouds. The camera follows its path with shaky precision, trying to hold focus on something that shouldn't be there. When the image sharpens, the form becomes clear, round, smooth, and strangely incomplete. The light outlines a missing section, like a bite taken cleanly through. It spins once, then steadies, gliding in perfect silence overhead. Observers would later say it wasn't a bird, drone, or balloon. Only something round and white racing faster than wind before disappearing beyond the skyline completely. The night stretches wide and silent above the city. A calm sky, still and unbroken, watches over everything below. Nothing stirs, yet something about the air feels expectant, like it waits for a quiet interruption. The horizon seems to hold its breath.
Okay. I have no idea what that's... Oh my god, another one popped up. That was crazy. Alright. I am...
Then it happens. Small bursts of light appear and fade against the darkness. Each one flickers briefly, vanishing before another rises. No pattern, no sound, only the faint pulse of motion too distant to define. They come and go, repeating without reason or rhythm.
Across my street, that's my neighbor's house. I'm in the same spot as I always am. And I don't know what's up with these lights right here.
Some believe the night remembers more than it should, and sometimes it lets us see. Over the quiet outskirts of Chile, the sky hangs heavy and pale. Clouds drift without order, thinning into a faint haze that almost hides the stars. For a moment, everything feels perfectly still, like the air itself is holding something back.
Muchos decían que esto era fake, que era hecho con IA, que era hecho a través de un vidrio, de un espejo. Otros decían que era un portal, otros que era un cohete de SpaceX. Pero para aquellos sufridores tenemos otro ángulo, otro punto de vista.
And then there it is, a light that does not belong, hanging alone above the horizon, too bright to ignore, too steady to mistake for flame. Around it, faint rings shimmer outward, bending the dark like ripples through glass or time.
Igual seguimos sin saber qué es. Desde este ángulo puedes notar cosas muy diferentes. Y no basta con este ángulo porque tenemos este otro que es...
Some call it a trick, others a sign. But the question remains, what waits beyond that glowing circle above us? In the quiet stretch of the Brazilian sky, a strange tension hangs. The night looks calm enough, but something up there feels wrong, like the air itself waits for movement. The camera shakes once, then steadies, catching the faintest shimmer. A distant light blinks against the darkness, then another joins it, strafing sideways with impossible precision. The pattern seems purposeful, deliberate even, yet silent. Some say these moments come and go without sound, leaving only questions in their wake. Others simply film and stare. Maybe the sky remembers more than it reveals, and light is just another way of speaking. Something strange appears above Tianjin Airport, faint and distant at first. The night sky shimmers in places where no stars should be. Pilots radio in confusion. Ground crews look up in silence, unsure what they are seeing. Then the lights multiply.
On the night of September 11, 2024, an unidentified flying object was...
Reports spread quickly. Flights are delayed, runways cleared. Communication lines fill with disbelief. Each twinkle in the distance grows brighter, hovering longer than seems possible. Some say drones. Others call them signals from something else. Something unrecorded yet undeniably there. The airport shuts down.
Spotted hovering over Tianjin for several hours, causing widespread disruption at Tianjin Beihai International Airport. Many flights were cancelled, delayed, or diverted to other locations. While officials claimed the incident was due to drone activity, many people speculated it could have been a UFO.
And now the footage circulates online, debated endlessly. Were they machines, reflections, or visitors? No one agrees. High above Garden Ridge, the air feels calm, weightless. A glider drifts steady through open sky, tracing invisible paths across clouds. The wind hums softly against canvas wings, carrying nothing unusual, until a shadow passes across the sun. The glider steadies himself, eyes straining toward a dark shape cutting across the horizon. The engine roars softly, blending with the wind. The shape remains in view, moving steadily, accompanied only by the low, continuous hum of the engine. Later, the footage stirs questions. Bird, balloon, or something unexplained? The pilot says he felt watched, briefly. Over a distant mountain, clouds gather slow and heavy, drifting through the thin air. The camera pans upward, capturing only the quiet outline of ridges and sky. Nothing stirs, yet something feels different. An uneasy stillness resting over the peaks. Then faintly a shape forms. It isn't a cloud or shadow, but a massive dark triangle hanging against the pale horizon. No movement, no flicker, just suspension. An impossible silhouette fixed in place. The light bends around its edges as if refusing to touch it. For hours, it lingers, unchanging. Some call it a craft, others a trick of the atmosphere. No answers. Over Moscow, the night stretches wide and calm, the city glowing beneath a silver haze. At first, it seems like an ordinary scene, quiet, unremarkable, routine. But high above, something vast hangs in silence, its outline uncertain, edges faintly alive with motion. Slowly, the shape begins to turn, its surface glinting with shifting lights. It seems geometric, precise, like a pyramid suspended in air. No wings, no sound, only a slow, deliberate rotation against the dark. People below freeze, watching in disbelief. Some whisper questions, tracing history in their thoughts. Could this be how the ancients built their wonders? Or is it something else entirely? Over the ancient sands, the air hums with stillness. The pyramid below glows faintly beneath a pale sky, its edges swallowed by shadow. Then something stirs. Soft glimmers bloom above, tracing an unseen path through the dark. No sound, only light. From the pyramid's tip, a thread of brilliance unravels, splitting into shifting orbs that hover in eerie rhythm. They pulse faintly, as if pulled from deep within the stone itself. The desert holds its breath, waiting for what follows next. And somewhere in that silence, questions rise like dust on the wind. Was it awakening or a signal sent home? It begins like any quiet night. The sky draped in velvet darkness. Stars scatter faintly, holding their places as if rehearsed. Then it happens. One light breaks free, flaring white against the endless black. The horizon blinks awake. For a second, everything pauses.
Shit, what is that? That's a comet. Or is it a plane? I'm tripping.
The flare moves too straight, too controlled for falling rock. It cuts across the stars, steady and deliberate, leaving no trail, no smoke. A faint shimmer lingers behind, like a curtain closing too slowly. The dark swallows it again.
I don't know, that don't look like a plane. Oh, is that Starship? Oh my god. What is that?
Somewhere above, the silence deepens. Maybe it was a comet. Maybe something pretending to be one, passing through unseen. The road stretches empty, dust lifting in the fading glow of twilight. A man drives alone, engine humming low against the quiet. Hills rise ahead, their edges blurred by dusk. Then something distant catches his eye, a faint color that shouldn't be there.
¡Mira! ¡Échale para allá para arriba del cerro, güey! ¿Qué es eso? ¡Allá arriba!
He stops, gravel crunching beneath the tires. A glow burns steady atop the ridge, pulsing softly like a heartbeat. The hills reflect faint red, silent and still. He stares, waiting for movement or sound.
¡Ay, cabrón! ¿Qué onda?
Adelante, adelante. Buenas noches, compañeros. Estamos ahorita en una estación de combustible. Negativo, negativo. ¿De combustible? Arriba haciendo papellas con gasolina. Hermano, ¿me allá para arriba? Esto es el compresor, por favor.
Somewhere beyond the hills, something watches back. The glow sharpens, patient, deliberate, as if choosing him next. At first glance, the night looks ordinary, framed by the silent ridges of Karuna. Then above the mine, a soft, pale light hangs steady, moon-like and calm. It glows wider with each second, its edges unnaturally sharp against the cold. The light thickens, twisting inward as if being pulled. A vortex stirs above the mine, faint currents spiraling outward. Locals once said the sky here hums before strange events, and tonight it trembles again. The sphere holds its center unbroken. Some claim the energy came from deep below, others from somewhere farther. Whatever it was, it left the sky scarred. Above the towering cliffs of Table Mountain, the horizon hangs still. Pale clouds stretch thin across the sky. Then from the mist, a shape begins to emerge. Broad, smooth, and silent. Cameras zoom, catching only the faint glint of metal. It glides low, moving with impossible grace over the ridge. Then suddenly, without warning, the craft tilts, bursts forward with tremendous speed, vanishing beyond the clouds before sound can follow. Some call it an illusion, others swear it was real. But even now, the sky over Table Mountain feels watched. The frame is filled with the surface of the moon, each crater etched in sharp relief. The view feels too close, too precise, almost like a satellite's gaze. Then something unfamiliar slides into focus, pale and deliberate against the gray. The shape holds beside the rim, smooth, oval, and silent. Light brushes its side, outlining a curve that doesn't belong. It lingers, unmoving, almost watching back, before gliding out of sight with impossible ease. Some believe it was debris. Others insist the footage shows intent. Either way, the moon hasn't looked quite empty since that brief encounter recorded close. The skyline of Moscow rests beneath a pale mist, its lights muted and scattered across the horizon. The air hums faintly, a calm stretched thin over the city. No movement, no warning, just still air holding its breath. Above the rooftops, 3 metallic orbs remain fixed in place, glowing faintly like captured stars. Their polished shells mirror the city lights, glimmering each time the clouds drift. They hang there, unblinking, unchanging, as if anchored to the air itself. Many believe they are nothing more than illusions, reflections of light. Yet those who saw them still look up each night. Across the barren plains of Iraq, the wind carries dust and fragments of light. The horizon stretches wide, silent except for the soft rustle of air meeting sand. Then beneath that calm, something cuts through the distance, moving too smoothly to be a shadow. The dark form glides close to the ground, edges faintly defined against the dim light. It drifts past the low dunes like smoke bending in slow motion. No sound follows, no trace left behind, only the uneasy pull of stillness.
هذا حتى تصوير بعد ما يلوح جاي فيها انا قاعد حي ما عندي شيء ها وصل حي ما عندي ولا يطيح هذا هو هذا مستوى لا والله نزل مو طبيعي.
Some say it was metal, others claim it wasn't there at all. Yet no one walks that road now. Over the quiet stretch of New Jersey, city lights blur beneath the haze of night. At first, it feels like any other flight. Engines steady, clouds faintly glowing below. Then near the horizon, something unfamiliar gleams. Steady, precise, unmoving. A group of orbs rests above the city, aligned in near-perfect formation. They hang there, silent and cold, their glow pulsing faintly through the cloud cover. Even from above, they seem deliberate, as if holding a line drawn by unseen hands. Some think they were drones. Others believe they marked something larger. Whatever they were, they waited, watching, without moving, without sound. The night sky stretches endlessly, quiet and calm above the city. A faint shimmer hangs near the horizon, small enough to miss if one blinks. The air feels weightless, waiting for something unseen to break through the still curtain above.
It's not a UFO.
It's not blinking.
No, it's not a UFO. It's that little silver balloon you saw the other day.
No, this thing's weird.
Surgery, he has the surgery, everything's good to go, and done, you go through therapy, you're done, you're cleared. She said, call it Medicare. She said, don't call it Medicare.
A soft light moves slowly across the sky, silent and leaving no trail. It glows steadily, maintaining its intensity as it crosses the empty night sky. Darkness surrounds it, the glow unwavering, hanging quietly in the open, moving with a calm persistence that is almost hypnotic in the stillness.
She said, because they're going to try to do everything they can to keep you on their managed care. She said, call Medicare Direct. She gave me all the information, told me what to say, what to do. She was really helpful. And she said, if he was like in his 50s or 60s, she said, I wouldn't suggest it. She said,
maybe it was a flare, maybe not. Still, something in that silent light feels older than the sky itself, unnamed. Above the sprawling lights of Los Angeles, the sky rests in quiet haze. Stars blur behind drifting clouds, their shimmer faint and far. For a moment, nothing stirs. Then a glow forms, soft but deliberate, suspended just beyond the horizon. Something is there. A V-shaped silhouette emerges, its entire edge alive with light, each curve pulsing in sync like veins of quiet fire. It doesn't move, only hums faintly in the distance. Then without warning, it fades, leaving air untouched. Some said it's an aircraft. Others thought it isn't from here. Still, the sky that night keeps its silence perfectly still. Over Brooklyn, the night air feels still, ordinary, until a faint shimmer breaks through the haze. Streetlights flicker below, unaware of what begins to move above. Something that shouldn't be there, yet hangs in silence, waiting for attention it inevitably draws. Then it starts, darting in uneven lines, sudden stops, sharp turns, impossible speed for anything known. The dark circular form blinks faint light, then fades again, as if teasing the sky itself. No sound, just motion too deliberate to ignore. Some say it's just a trick of light. Others claim it's something that watches back when you look too long. High above, the night sky stretches wide, quiet and untouched. Then something faint stirs among the clouds, a glow that seems too close, too alive. It lingers, flickers, then grows brighter, as if testing the dark before revealing its shape. The orb shifts, almost playful, gliding side to side, tracing patterns unseen by ordinary flight. Then it happens. Rings of light bloom outward, folding into one another, silent halos pulsing in rhythm with nothing else in the sky's reach. Stillness returns. Some lights fade, others mark beginnings we cannot yet name. Only witness and remember when the night feels too quiet again. At first, the sky holds its breath, painted in muted tones and distant clouds. Then something faint interrupts the calm, an outline where none should be, slipping through the air like a thought half remembered, too steady for wind, too still for chance. Slowly, it drifts downward, steady, deliberate, light skimming its curved edges. Then without warning, it rises, swift, sharp, cutting through the haze as if drawn back to something unseen above. No trail, no sound, only the fading glow left behind. Some say the sky keeps secrets better than Earth, silent witnesses to things that rise faster than truth can follow. Over the rooftops of Los Angeles, the night feels restless, the air unusually still. Then between clouds, faint glimmers emerge, soft, deliberate, hanging where stars should not be. Each pulse threading a pattern too even to ignore, too near for comfort. The lights hover above the houses, shifting as if following an unseen rhythm. They brighten, dim, and hold their places in quiet defiance of gravity. No sound breaks the air, only the faint shimmer of their glow across glass. Some nights seem ordinary until the sky decides to remind us we're not always alone beneath its quiet watch. Over Clinton, Utah, the night stretches wide and unbroken. The stars seem ordinary at first, bright, distant, familiar, but something faint interrupts that calm, hanging too low, too still. It does not flicker, does not fade, holding its place like a question. Then the pattern reveals itself. 3 lights spaced apart in perfect symmetry. They glow softly, pale against the darkness, each one fixed in place, refusing to drift or dim. The air carries no sound, no motion, only quiet precision high above. And beneath that silence, a thought forms. Who placed them there? And what happens when they decide to move again? Over the city, the night glows faintly from the lights below. The air feels still, the clouds thin. Then something vast crosses that quiet expanse. No sound, no warning, just a shifting outline where the stars should have been. The city keeps shining beneath.
Here. Look. don't think it's it. It sounds like it's
That's the noise,
You need to get the boy. What the heck?
The camera steadies, zooms, and finds form in the dark. Edges stretch wide, lines taper like wings. It moves slowly, almost deliberate, casting no beam, no glow, just shadow drifting over the skyline. For a second it looks mechanical, but not quite enough to belong here. Some say it's nothing new, yet others wonder if tonight is when we finally learn something. From the edge of a quiet street, the sky stretches wide, calm, unbroken. Then without warning, a narrow beam ignites above the horizon, sharp, clean, deliberate. It holds there for a breath, spilling its glow across the dark clouds like fire. In seconds, that single flare divides, bursts, and scatters through the sky in waves of color. Blue trails weave between green flashes, looping like living currents of energy. The horizon pulses, shimmering as if the heavens themselves are folding inward. For a moment, the night isn't dark at all. It's breathing, flickering, and watching back at those who dare to look. The dawn sky above Osaka stretches quiet and thin. 2 stars hang steady in the pale blue, faint but still. The air feels calm, untouched, almost expectant, like something unseen is waiting beyond the city's slow awakening below. Then a softer light drifts nearby, smaller and dimmer than the rest. It moves in silence, gliding with no clear path, crossing the sky as if it doesn't belong there. The stars remain still, but that faint wanderer keeps moving, slow and sure. Maybe it's not a star at all, just something pretending, waiting to be noticed before it slips away again. Above the horizon, the clouds seem to bend, parting slightly as if something presses from within. The air feels charged, silent, and thick with that strange pause that comes before revelation. Shapes flicker faintly, hidden behind the haze.
Look how beautiful it is out there. Look. Like, you don't want to hurt him. Just go. Look how beautiful it is out there. Wow. God, it is so gorgeous.
Then they break through, threads of light, shifting in rhythm, spreading across the sky like a living pulse. Each flare burns brighter, as if pulled from somewhere unseen. The pattern twists, opens, and folds in on itself, without a sound. Maybe the sky isn't opening at all. Maybe something below is calling, and something else is answering back. Unseen but listening still tonight. Afternoon skies above Texas look calm, quiet, untouched by surprise. Clouds drift slowly. The sunlight rests soft across the open stretch of the blue sky. Nothing unusual at first. Then a shape slips into sight, too smooth to blend with the clouds. A metallic curve moves steady, reflecting the sun like brushed glass. The air feels strange, silent, yet tense, as if waiting for something. The object glides forward, slow and certain, its path too clean for wind to guide. Some say it was just a trick of light. Others still recall the way it turned once before fading from view. Some nights feel ordinary, quiet skies holding nothing more than their distant stars. Yet there are moments when one light seems different, steadier, pulsing against the dark like it belongs elsewhere. The air feels watchful, almost aware, waiting for clarity. That distant glimmer grows strange, as though a faint barrier wraps around it, shaping reflections that drift across the night. Every flicker hints at something unseen, something far heavier than starlight. The lens trembles, trying to keep up with its rhythm. Then it steadies, wrapped in that strange halo, glinting as if testing the sky before fading again. It starts as a quiet night over Jeshon Sea, the kind where the sky seems endless and calm. Yet something shifts above the city, faint lights gathering in an oval shimmer that drifts too slow to be a plane. The air tightens. That glow thickens, spilling a soft trail as if tracing its own path through the dark. Then silence, complete. No sound of wind or wing. In one breath it's gone, then back, hovering somewhere else as if time skipped a beat. What follows is stillness, the kind that lingers after something defies explanation, and the night feels slightly rewritten, just enough to unsettle. They say the sea holds its own kind of lightning. Tonight, over the Sea of Azov, something beneath the waves begins to shine. The water reflects it like glass, calm yet trembling, as if waiting for something to surface. No ship moves close. Then it comes, an electric glow, blue and alive, darting just below the surface. The color spreads outward, casting light across the dark horizon. For a moment, the sea seems to breathe, as if pulsing with its own hidden energy. When the glow fades, only silence and salt remain. But some swear they still see the color flicker below, far above the quiet horizon. The night holds its breath. Clouds drift apart, unveiling a vast stretch of darkness painted with pinpricks of light. Then something faint begins to glow, small at first, but alive in motion. The silence feels heavier. It moves across the sky like a spark refusing to fade, leaving behind a luminous trail that burns and flickers against the dark. Each second stretches longer as the flare grows brighter, slicing through still air. No wind follows. No one speaks of its origin, only how it drifted upward, defying gravity like a question left hanging in air. High above the clouds, the world below flashes in silence. Streaks of lightning bloom inside the storm, glowing white, then gone. Beyond it, curtains of green light ripple across the darkness, shifting and folding like living smoke. The horizon pulses faintly. In the corner of the frame, a single light appears, small, sharp, too steady to be lightning. It winks once, vanishes, and returns again in silence. No cloud disturbs it. No flicker explains its rhythm. Some say the sky hides more than weather, that in flashes like these we glimpse something watching back through the storm. It begins like any quiet night in the city. The hum of cars fades into the distance while streetlights cast dull halos on the pavement. A porch creaks, and somewhere beyond, a sound cuts through the still air, low and steady.
What the? What the fuck is that?
A shape rises between parked cars, tall and metallic, floating under the glow of the lamps. It hovers, dips, and climbs again. Its movements too measured for a balloon, too slow for a drone. The light skims along its surface like water over steel.
Am I losing my goddamn mind? What the fuck is that?
Some nights keep their secrets close, and some refuse to let the eyes look away. It lingers. Some things begin so quietly you almost miss them. A calm sky, a distant light, drifting with no hurry. Then it freezes, suspended mid-air like a thought caught between moments. Everything stills, as if waiting for what comes next. Shadows hold their breath. Then without warning, it flares bright, piercing the dark with white fire. The light hangs, then begins to glide back, retracing the same invisible trail. Each turn feels deliberate, a pattern only it remembers. The air hums softly as it fades. Somewhere beyond sight, the night resets itself like nothing happened. But the stillness feels altered, as if watched. Over the wide horizon, everything feels paused, as if the world holds its breath. Air hums with something faint, unseen, waiting just beyond reach. Nothing stirs, yet a sense of motion hides behind the still air. Quiet, but expectant. Every second feels borrowed.
Yeah.
Suddenly a glow cuts through the silence. It moves quick, then stops dead, blazing brighter than before, sliding back to where it began. No sound, no trail, just light behaving like thought itself. Hesitant, alive. Sometimes the sky answers questions no one dares to ask. What if this was one of those times? Something beyond reason watches. Across the distant coastline, faint glimmers ripple against the dark sky. At first, they seem like stars tangled in mist, too steady to fade. The night feels stretched, suspended between waves and wonder. Something about their rhythm doesn't fit the usual. Then they shift. Lines of light weave back and forth, smooth and slow, holding to no clear pattern. Each motion carries quiet precision, as if the sky rehearses a message no one can translate. Then they dim, all at once. Even after they fade, the image stays. Lines of light tracing something that refuses to be explained by distance alone. No one ever really looks up until something makes them. The night stretches wide and calm. Streetlights hum their steady tune. Somewhere above, the dark sky hides a secret waiting for a curious eye to notice. Then stillness holds everything still.
I don't know. It's unusual. Oh shit, did you see it just switch? You caught something weird. You caught one.
Shut up. It's still happening.
It's still happening.
What is happening right now?
I don't.
A lone orange light flickers above the city, bold and unhurried. It fades, then burns again, pulsing against the horizon. The longer it lingers, the quieter the world seems to become. People stop, watch, and whisper without knowing why.
No, I don't know.
Oh my god, right there.
Wait.
2 of them so far. What the? 1, 2.
Oh my god, it's moving around.
I don't. That's so weird. I can't.
What the? Dude.
Bro.
Oh my god, bro. Oh, something shoot up.
Perhaps it's just light, or perhaps something waits behind it, watching back with the same quiet patience we never notice. It was supposed to be just another late-night movie, the kind where headlights fade and popcorn runs out before the credits. The sky hung silent over the drive-in, cold and wide above the parked cars. Then something caught the corner of the eye.
What's up with the moon? Why is it blinking like that? What the heck?
A brilliant green flash blinked once, then again, cutting through the dark. It hovered without sound, steady as if waiting for someone to notice. For a moment, even the movie light seemed dimmer than that single glow in the sky. What stayed after wasn't fear, but a silence that felt too heavy to name, like something unseen listening. Some nights carry a quiet that feels almost suspended. The sky stretches wide, a dark canvas of shifting distance holding something unseen just beyond comfort. There's no sound, no wind, only that vast silence watching back. Then high above something stirs. A faint light glides across the darkness, blinking as if testing the edge of sight. It lingers, hovers, then moves again, calm yet unexplainable. A silent rhythm against the void. Before anyone can place it, the glow dims and the sky reclaims its still breath.
Leaving our atmosphere.
Perhaps it was nothing more than a satellite, or maybe something else entirely that slipped away. Some roads feel endless, especially near Area 51, where silence presses against the windows and desert air carries an electric stillness. The night stretches wide, stars scattered thin over a horizon that hides more than it shows. Nothing stirs except the hum of the engine. Then a bright orb appears low in the distance, unmoving and too pure for a star. Two more join it, forming a slow triangle that hovers in sync. One blinks sharply, then another responds, their flashes crossing the desert like signals meant for something unseen. Maybe this road was meant to find them, not us. Nights in Lakewood Ranch often pass quietly, just the sound of footsteps and crickets threading through the dark. The sky stretches wide and empty, vast and unbroken above. The air feels heavy, like it waits for something unseen. Then across the sky, two lights burn close together. One green, one red, melding into a white shimmer that holds steady and soundless. They linger far longer than any plane, tracing nothing, just hanging above the still roofs and palms. Some moments leave proof behind, others only questions that follow long after the light fades from sight. Maybe tonight wasn't ordinary. Across the coast of Volusia County, the air feels heavy with heat, the ocean murmuring under a cloudless sky. A few gulls circle lazily, their calls lost to the wind. Above them, something faint drifts against the light, too steady for smoke.
I'm gonna analyze this when I get home. Cause that, whatever that is looking for something.
It moves slowly at first, its outline dark and sharp against the horizon. Then it halts, hangs weightless, suspended for a breath. In an instant, it darts backward with blinding speed, vanishing toward open air.
Damn, I lost it. Oh my God, it's flying so fast.
Witnesses recall the ocean suddenly quieting, waves flattening as though something unseen had taken the wind with it, leaving silence where motion once was.